there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com with another Origins draft. We're trying to get cards here, so I have been playing I'm playing a budget deck that's actually doing really well. I'll have to show you the list in a few weeks. There's kind of a queue for playing a budget. I've done quite a few in the past couple weeks, so hopefully we can get to that. It's a mono red deck, and it's actually farming me a lot of packs. Anyway, there's only one pick here. Everything in this pack's pretty terrible besides the Nantuko Husk and the Outland Colossus, but Outland Colossus is just amazing. This card is pretty much, it's almost like a Colonial Hydra, not quite the Trample, of course, but it's a 6/6 for 5, and then it becomes a 12/12 that has to be blocked by only one creature. I think the Consul's Lieutenant's the best pick here. First strike, renown 1. Whenever attacks another creature is renowned, all other attack creatures get +1/+1. Green-white's an okay strategy in this. And then there's also this Citadel Castellan, which is a 2/3 for 3 mana with renown 2 becomes a 4/5. Actually, I don't know which one's better here. I'd rather force my opponent into a double. This is like saying that I'm going to go into white and green if I pick the Citadel. These are both, all three of these cards, the Akroan Sergeant and the Citadel and the Lieutenant are good. Even the Timberwalk Wolf is a pretty good pick. And the Gearcrafter is a great pick. I think I have to take the Gearcrafter. This is an insane pack. Insane pack. I'm going to take the Citadel, though. I haven't gone green-white. Let's see how well it runs so far. Neither White Orchard's fine. It's another great pick. And I'm glad I didn't take the red card. It does seem like we're being cut out of red, even though those two, and now we're putting our opponent into red as well. We'd have 2 Timberback Wolves by now. I think this Knight is a better card than Timberback Wolf. If we could get a ton of these, this card becomes insanely good. But I'm going to take it. And unfortunately, my opponent, I'm cutting him out of kind of the white now. Death Touch 2/3 is great. Blightcaster is okay if you go into that sort of strategy. The Cleric, a 2/2 for 2, and you gain 2 life for each other cleric named Cleric of the Forward Order. Very good card. A Celestial Flare is decent. I think the Death Toucher, though, is just the best card out of the picks. These have been some very solid packs. A Lightning Javelin's going to go to our opponent to the right. I think we'll take the Death Touch. Magmatic Insight's a decent card as well. Fleshback Marauder, Infectious Bloodlust, Aether Grid. I could have gone in the Artifact. Unfortunately, here we only have the Heavy Infantry, which I'm not the biggest fan of. And yeah, every other color but white and green here has great cards. Even the Gate's pretty solid. Heavy Infantry, though, we can really cut them out. I think we're just going to take the best card here. We'll just hate out this Infectious Bloodlust. We're going to add it to the sideboard. You never know when you can splash just for red if you get enough of these. Here's another Sergeant. Now I'm really wishing that we would have gone into a red, because we're getting a ton of red cards, and maybe this is just a sign the red is open. We've passed some wonderful red cards. I don't think I want to be playing in Heavy Infantry. I don't like it. 5 mana for a 3/4. Here's a 2/2 kind of vanilla flyer is not a great pick either. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the Sergeant and see if we end up actually getting run into red. Necromantic Summons is okay. It's just a reanimation spell. And it's any graveyard, so this is a lot more powerful than you'd think. There's an Undead Servant. If you can get enough of these and gather the packs, they're fun. But you really have to have another one in the graveyard to really get value. I think it's the weakest one out of the run of, or the 5 different ones. So we can take the Cossack Cat. I think we'll take the Battle Priest. It gains you 3 life. It's a 3/3 flyer. Another Cleric. I'm hoping a Cleric comes back. It's the best card in the pack. Shadows of Past is fun if you can stall out the game. It's a very powerful card. I'm surprised the Black Mage has not picked this up yet, but the Cleric is fine. It's just a 2/2 bear. Murder Investigations is still in here. They're not horrible with what we're doing. And Aerial Volley, though, is incredibly underrated, as there's so many Thopters in this type of strategy. So the Undead Servant came all the way back. I doubt the other one will, because it's still a 3/2 for 4. We'll take the Empath. Empath is fine. its card draw. Enshrouding Mist, it gets +1 to prevent all damage will be dealt to it this turn and tap it. This is actually a pretty powerful card. Combat trick. We'll just take the Insight here. I don't think we take a Vine Snare. And Heavy Infantry comes all the way back. I think we'll put it in the sideboard, but it's something I do not want to play. I mean, yeah, they almost became forced. So we got them back anyway if we have to play them. It's just too much investment for just a 3/4. So far I'm actually disappointed with the picks. I'm wishing that I would have switched into red. Hangerback Walker is the obvious pick here. The card is insane. Other cards that are really, really good is the Sky Snare Spider. And there's no way it's going to come back, but it's really, really powerful. And then there's an Elemental Bond. Whenever a creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield and your control, draw a card. But the Hangerback Walker by far is the most powerful card in this pack. And if for whatever reason that enchantment wheels, we'll be in great shape. A 3/2 that became a 4/3 is very good. Ramp is actually pretty decent for what we're trying to do in this deck so far, because we do have some higher converted mana cost, and it's not even bad with the Hangerback Walker, so I could easily take the Leaf Gilder, or even the Caustic Caterpillar, because there's plenty of artifacts and enchantments that are worth killing as well. We also have the Charging Griffin. There's nothing wrong with it. 3/3 flyer is basically what it ends up being. But a 3/2 that can become a 4/3 is probably going to be picked, or the Soulblade Jin is really good. It's a 4/3 for 4. I don't think we can splash for it at this point. And it's between these two. Very underwhelming pack 2 pick here. Pack 2 pick. I think we will end up taking the Knight. Brawler's Plate's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of it. It gives Trample, which is very needed for this Outland Colossus, or even this Castellan. Another Cleric, and we're up to actually 2 of them. I think we do take the Cleric. Creature can go +1/+1 enters the battlefield, that's fine. Titanic Growth is a fine combat trick. This is actually very decent land. As endgame, you can actually sacrifice it. The other cards in here are very underwhelming. I'll take a Cleric. It's great against any aggro strategy. Here's another Castellan. We'll end up taking this. Other than I'm probably the only one going green-white in this. I can safely let this go all the way around. I'm actually a fan of Healing Hands. 4 life and draw a card is great in draft. My Leap is fine. The Vial is a cantrip card, but it's better in a aggro or an artifact type strategy. Another Caterpillar. I'm sure one of those will wheel. We'll take another Castellan. Fun card in the form of Blazing Hellhound. It's going to be another Cleric. We're going to be gaining a lot of life through the Clerics. There is a 7/7, doesn't untap, untap it for 7. When it attacks, deals 7 damage to our creature defending player controls. If you go into a very heavy ramp strategy, you could sort of justify taking this, but I think the Cleric is the better pick. Because we're more of an aggro strategy at this point. Eyeblight Massacre, not in the colors we're looking for. We have a Chandra's Fury, which is very worth splashing. The Grasp of the Aeromancer is pretty decent, and so is the Yeva's Force Mage. There was a lot of... This is a good card when you go into the red-white auras. And I want to take the Chandra's Fury, though, over it. And if we have to splash... This card is insanely good against Thopter strategies. But I think I'll go ahead and take a 1 of this. It goes pretty well with our curve. We can put it on a 3 or 4 drop later on. The Empath is fine. The Prism Ring enters battle, chooses a color whenever you cast a card. Okay, so it just gains life. I don't think we need that. Yeah, we'll take the Empath. We'll end up using the Empath. It's a decent card. Here's some Rampant for a Meteorite. Another Grasp is definitely okay. So we're just green-white aggro. Worm is a fine choice, actually, but the Elemental Bond did come all the way back. Sweet. Because we do have... Actually, we don't have a lot of 3s. So this might not be getting play. And all the Caterpillars can go to the sideboard. They'll be great against any deck that we need them. Titanic Growth is... I usually like just a 1 of in the deck. It's still another aggressive card. The 13 creatures, too. The Clerics are so good cards. They're 2/2s. Gain us 2 life. This is a very boring strategy so far. But it's decent. I'd actually like a ramp or 2 cards. Like the Elf coming back. I don't think the Elf can come back. We took a Cleric over it, and we didn't see it. But We'll go ahead and we can easily just take the Healing Hands is fine, but Caterpillar's better, just as a sideboard option. Healing Hands is a great sideboard card against any hyper-aggressive deck. So I'm not sure if we even need to play the Enshrouding Mist. It's pretty good in all the renowned cards that we have, though. Yeah, we will play the Enshrouding Mist. Yoke Docks, Reclaim. Yoke can go to the sideboard. Most likely not going to use it. We have some decent sideboard cards already, though. Hyper aggressive, we could bring in the Yoke Docks. We have an Aerial Volley versus any Thopters. Impasse will keep us kind of fed with creatures and get us one of our bombs in the Outland Colossus or the Hangerback Walker. So we'll have to wait and see how good this card ends up being. I've never played it. I've never played against it either, but a 4/5 with Vigilance does seem really good. Like, black is going to be the hard matchup here. I think we'll do very well against a red-blue deck or any sort of red deck. We should do very well because all this stuff will begin to outclass their cards. It's going to be black, destroy a creature, a lot of like single creature removal. It's going to be very tough for our deck. Reef Souls kill everything in our deck just about before we get it going. We have another Disciple. We have a Gilder, which I said we do need ramp. I'm not quite sure if we want that. A Freeblade's probably better than a Disciple, though. Another 2/2 with Vigilance. Sphinx's Tutelage, really good card. In draft, as 6 mana, you get to draw cards. And, well, I don't know. People have tried to build a mill deck out of it in draft. I don't think it's quite good enough. I think the Free Blade is going to be the pick, and hopefully the Disciple somehow comes back, but I highly doubt it. Someone's playing green that wants a Disciple. We have a very aggressive deck, though. Love to see like a Gideon, but there's no way they'd pass that up. Suppression Bonds, enchant non-permanent, can attack, block, or use activated abilities is fine. We have the Heart Beast. Enters the battlefield, you search your library for an R card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. 5 mana is a little bit tough. Another Enshrouding Mist is decent. Timberrock Wolf, someone was picking those up. Suppression Bonds, we can easily just feel good about picking this. It's removal, and we're very removal light. Now this gives us an answer for their bomb. I think the Wingmare is actually pretty decent in our strategy. It's a 2/1 flying for 3 and can actually set back opponents. It does set us back a little bit too. We have a lot of but by that point we can always just cast our cards. I think this is fine. We'll take it. I mean, there's nothing else in our strategy. Blue is wide open. It seems like the blue player is going to get a bunch of very, very powerful picks. Relic Seeker, we don't have any equipments. The Elite, we don't have enough elves to make it work. Pilgrimage goes and gets it. Actually ramps. We have an Enchantment Destroy. We have a Titanic Growth, which I actually think it is the pick. But even the Relic Seeker just becomes a 3/3, which is fine. We have another Castellan, but is it better than a Jailer? And Scry 5, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature, draw cards equal to power and gain life 2. Toughness 7 is just too hard to get. We could take, if we get an equipment back, we could definitely play it with the Relic Seeker. The Nightly Valor is decent too. We have a lot of picks here. It's going to be another Castellan though. Celestial Flare, it's another removal. No, I think at this point I might rather have a Titanic Growth, as we are very aggressive, over even a Llanowar Empath, and over a Celestial Flare. I think I will take the Titanic Growth. Another Knight of the White Orchard, but is it better than a Cleric of the Forward Order? This would make us 4 of them, and gaining an insane amount of life. But First Strike allows us to get more creatures. I think that's the way to go. Orchard Spirit over. I think this is the Ascetic is better sideboard card. Disciple did come back to us. That's nice. We'll just take the Lord. Tactics. Creatures get +2/+1 until end of turn. If there are 2 or more, they get Vigilance. Possibly, I don't know. I think a Titanic Growth is better for what we're doing. Mighty Leap is also fine. I think I'll take the anti-enchantment card over it, possibly. Now we'll take a Mighty Leap and might end up playing it. The Jailer came all the way back. That's really surprising. So we have a solid deck. In fact, we're going to have to make some cuts to it. I'm wondering if these empaths are the right cuts. If by this point, if we even care. The Wingmare is a 2/1 flyer for 3. It actually might be our weakest card. I'm going to cut it. Free Blades are good. Suppression Bonds are fine. Can't attack, block, or use activated abilities. The clerics are... We're going to play the clerics. Even Battle Priest just seems too late for what we're trying to do. So we just need to cut one more card. And it's between... Like, a Mighty Leap is fine. I think that the Grasp are probably more... impactful. It's going to be an empath, actually, I think I'm going to cut. We could play 15 lands with the Knights. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and we're gonna play a very... Or the Enshrouding Mist can be cut. Because I do want the Mighty Leaves and the Titanic Growth. I think they're very good in this type strategy. And we want all the bears possible, so we've got plenty of 2/2s, so our 2-drops can be very fast. And the Colossus we're going to stick with. I could cut the Colossus, or even the Suppression Bonds, and not even care what our opponent does. Maybe we just try that. And I think a 9/7 split is fine. Yeah, a 9/7 split's fine. 16 land seems good. No, Suppression Bonds is too powerful. Maybe just a... Enshrouding Mist? No, that's really good with the... It's going to be Mighty Leap we're going to cut. Let me submit this. See how well this deck ends up doing. Very boring again. Usually these are the type of drafts I like to do, but it's... I like to have like a lot of synergistic fun, but this is a renowned strategy. Completely renowned strategy. So we'll see how well it does. Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.